Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Australian rocker James Reyne. Of course, he got his start with Australian Crawl. And through this, his song Fall of Rome, we looked at empire building. Both empires in ancient history and also empire building in relationships and how maybe it's not such a good idea. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to some guys, surprisingly, who started in 1967, because these guys were massive in the 80s, but 1967, Worcester, Massachusetts. It all focused around Geils, Richard Selwich, Stephen Blood, Seth Justman, Danny Klein, and these guys got together and formed the band, the Geils Band. These guys started out a bit acoustic, rhythm and blues rock, but they sort of got into a bit of a more mainstream sound, particularly in the 80s when everybody else was getting into the mainstream sound as well. The 1980s ushered in a pretty exciting era of originality and just MTV and a few other things, and bands like these guys got absolutely massive during that time. These guys were doing the touring quite extensively and supporting people such as B.B. King, the Allman Brothers Band and the Byrds, and they got signed to Atlantic Records in 1970, which is pretty cool. They hit their strides a little bit more on the second album, The Morning After. And we've got and a pretty massive hit for these guys. It was a cover of Looking for a Love, so we've got a live version of that one for you below. 1973, out came Bloodshot. This was a pretty successful album, getting to number 10 in the US charts. And one of the massive hits of that one was Give It To Me, absolutely. 1980, out came the album Love Stinks. Pretty humorous title, this one. This song featured in The Wedding Singer, Ever So Briefly, in a particular low part for Adam Sandler's character. This is a very humorous album, this one. We've got the official clip of Love Stinks, and Jay Giles, they're pretty funny, these guys, in some ways. And, they just thought, well, Love Stinks, why not? What a great name for a song, and what a great clip. So we've got an official clip on that one. Move forward to 1982 and their massive album Freeze Frame. This got to number 1 in the US, Canada and Australia. And this is probably where I met the Geils Band here in Australia. A couple of the song Freeze Frame. And so we've got the official clip on that one below. The pretty iconic keyboard riff on that one. Certainly a riff that I remember from that early 1980s period. But the song that you probably can't talk about the Jay Giles Band without talking about the song Centerfold. This song was absolutely massive. This went to number 1 in the US, Australia and Canada. Centerfold. It's a pretty sad tale of a guy who discovers that his girl is a centerfold in a Playboy or one of those magazines, and he thinks, my love runs cold because my angel is a centerfold. Just imagine the scene, a guy or a girl, you're flicking through one of those magazines, and the next minute there it is in the middle of the magazine. We've got the centerfold. Of course, if you're a centerfold in one of these magazines, you've made it, because it's a double picture spread for all the world to see. And so we've got this kind of my blood runs cold. Oh my goodness, my angel is a centerfold. She's still an angel, mind you, but oh right. But come on, guys, come on, girls. Who needs a centerfold when you've got your partner in your life? Surely they are so much better than any centerfold could possibly be. As far as your world's concerned, they are your centerfold. They are, whenever you look at it, you think, wow, what a stunningly beautiful person this person is, and how amazing that they're in my life and in my world. Who needs to look at glossy pictures when we've got the real thing, eh? It's pretty amazing, pretty cool to have the real thing. So much better than any centerfold, so much better than any glossy picture could possibly be. We could actually extend this to pornography. Is really, when you've got the real thing, why do you need that stuff? You just don't need it. And we know how accessible it is on the internet, really, really, really accessible. I must admit I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I just know it's fake. And it's just not that exciting and thrilling, really. It's just really, really fake, and it just does not feel good. In fact, when I do watch it in those brief moments, let's face it, we're all human beings, my blood does run cold watching it, thinking, nah, don't need to watch it, don't need to watch it. Now, of course, if you're one of these people that does watch it, I'm not going to, say, anything about that. Just to sort of say, think about it. How does it make you feel when you watch it? And then if it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, well, maybe think about it something differently. So, but when you've got the real thing, guys, you've got your girl, girls, you've got your guy, they are your centerfold, they are your world. And you can say, I love you, and say how much I appreciate you and all the rest of it. But what's more important than that is to show them in all these little ways that you do how much they mean to you. They are your centerfold. Absolutely. So it's great to focus. I didn't really know where I was going to go when I was thinking about these guys today. First of all, didn't realise they started in 1967 because they'd really hit their stride in the 1980s. But, it's great when, and of course we were going to talk about Centerfold because this is the song you talk about when you talk about these guys. But you know what? Centerfold just very, very easily and quickly goes into that person who just makes your world complete, right? Your world, your world is amazing. They are your centerfold. They are your center of the world. So, but centerfold is kind of around that erotic, sexual nature world. They're the center of your world, right? Who needs anything else but them? So it's great to be able to look at that through the lens of this, my blood run cold, my angel is a centerfold, my type of song, absolutely. So between 1970 and 1984, 11 studio albums, 3 live albums, 9 compilation albums, 1 video album, 30 singles, estimated to have sold around 4 million copies, 4 million albums. So in the scheme of things, pretty successful. Had some pretty big chart stoppers as well. So, and like music is a continuing story, a journey of many artists that made it up. And Geils Band absolutely have been part of that journey. So it's good to give these guys a bit of a tribute today. So if this is the links to those 4 clips are in the description below. And it's also included my last video from James Reyne. If you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time, the Life Reflections for Music, great to see everybody here or coming here for the first time. Well, that's it for today. Next time, we're going to get on to Australian country legend James Blundell. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.